Well, hello, Steve here. The reason I've taken this posture, this big fat head in your screen, is because it's a way, it's a way to suggest that this is very important, what you've just opening up. Please listen to it in its entirety. You have received this via a link, whether I've talked to you personally or that sort of vein, that sort of spirit. Right. I'm going to fixate this health thing, this health talk on obesity, overweight, you're fat, that sort of thing. Me being part of the quite vain crowd out there, I'm probably 9 out of 10. That's what I fixated on. I spent 8,000 hours trying to get out of my health woes, which included obesity. Usually we correlate obesity then causes blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, and all the other health things and diseases that we talk about, right? Well, let me tell you that obesity coincides. We see obesity first, then we get high blood pressure and everything else under the sun, and then we blame being overweight. Well, if your motivation is to lose weight for aesthetics, increase your market value in the dating market and all that sort of thing, well, this is for you, this is for you. Um, I'm not going to spend God knows how long. You know how long this video lasts, even before I do, because I'm recording it and I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm not going to get to the end and, those sign up things of 60 days or bloody 2 bottles of this. Yes, there is some bottles involved. I'm going to tell you off the bat. So, weight, watching your weight, your battle of the bulge, your midlife crisis, your less active, more busy, it's in the genes. Chuck out all those excuses, please, 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 please. Chuck out all those excuses. Am I getting the effect? This is really serious. So what it is that the reason why we're getting fatter and fatter, more unhealthy, but we'll concentrate on obesity for now, or overweight, is because we're suffering from micronutrient deficiencies. Yes, you've heard it all before. I get it. I get it. Take this and you'll be fine. Well, yes, if you do take particular things, you will be fine. I've been fine for going on my 4th year now. It's never lasted this long before. The only time it lasted, well, I've probably lasted 1.5 decades before of keeping a svelte self, was kinetically. Restriction, exertion equals svelteness and sexiness, all that sort of thing. Well, no, it's not about the kinetics of it. Calories in and calories out. In a little way, in a small way, it is, but it's the downstream effects. Cravings, those cravings that you get, is called pica, P-I-C-A. A Google search usually suggests, depending on what pops up in your face, is micronutrient deficiency, which makes you eat light bulbs or concrete, or I don't know. That was the last experience that I had in doing that particular search. Pica is a micronutrient deficiency. Yes, it does make you crave, and that's why we have this 98% diet failure rate over a 5-year period, because we just fall off the wagon. We can't restrict, exert for an extended amount of time. Even those people that outside 5 years are 2% successful, all that willpower, they've fallen off that wagon and got back on as well. The success rate is probably 0.01%. That should be me. in another a year or so. I found the answer, and the answer is micronutrients. Right, right. So off the bat, you need to supplement. These days, we need to supplement. Please, you need to do this. You need to supplement because our food supply chain is stuffed, particularly in the minerals complex, where our food is grown. It's missing the micronutrients that we once used to get. Yes, we used to live half our life expectancy that we live now, but it's a bit complicated. Just a quick sort of side note. If you decrease infant mortality, you make childbirth a emergency room experience. Well, yes, preserving life, you will cut down on infant mortality, which fixes all those statistical anomalies that make us average age of 40. We always had octogenarians and centenarians walking around 100 years ago plus. Okay, it's just that the infant mortality rate was high, dragging down our average life expectancy to the 40 or 45, whatever it was in the year 1900. We've seen those numbers before. So, supplement. Right, tell me what to take and I'll take it. Well, I suggest longevity. There are other ways to do it at maybe 60% of the price if you do it right. But you don't have to think about it. It's automatic. You take it and you become svelte like me. And healthy and living longer. Let's compare notes in 30 years to the PhDs out there which still advocate for vegan this, carnivore. Yes, PhDs, carnivore, vegan, intermittent fasting, keto. I'm sure there's a PhD out there that's a frutivore and a fruit. No, that's frugivore. You know, people that eat fruit. What's the nutivore? What's the nut people call that? I don't know. But there's pescatarian. There's all these things that we've heard over the years, and you will say this is one of those. So nick off. No, no. This is always going to be a success because we've known about this for half a century. I stumbled upon micronutrients into my 9,000th hour of years of trying to get. I was on my last tether, and in a way, it was a leap of faith. It wasn't even that rational because lose weight, lose weight. I was on board. The first things that were getting addressed were my other health issues, and the weight just melted off after the first month. It took a little bit. So yes, longevity healthy start pack is what I went on. I reached into the 9th minute in suggesting what we should do, but it's more than that. We need to increase our digestion, which involves, if you're on PPIs, you need to fix that, which involves going on digestive enzymes for at least a month, tapering down your PPIs, your anti gastric indigestion medication, increase your salt intake, and you will be right, like me. Sorry for bumping the mic. I tried to actually go for a walkie talk, but the wind. Anyway, so I'm doing it like this. Longevity is what I'm on. It cost me, because I'm 90 to 95 kilograms, I'll take 2 packs. For each 45 kilos, you need to pretty much do whatever you weigh. So if you're 90 kilograms like me, 2 times $180-ish a month. So just say $350. I'm actually a little bit under two packs, so $350 per month for me. My partner, she's on it too, going great guns. I'm 50, she's 40. How are we going to conceive a child? We have a 3-month-old child now. So that's the digestion bit. Then we need to address the absorption, which involves, I call it the keto 44. I might drop the keto because Yeah, that's my go-to. But um, the absorption, we need to cut gluten, which includes cutting totally wheat, barley, rye, oats, and that may now include buckwheat. Oats and buckwheat have a particular other than gluten. It's still a pro-inflammatory cytokine which damages the villi in our small intestine. That does most of our absorption of the micronutrients. First, we need to digest, absorb dependable daily supply of the micronutrients. Bingo bongo. You'll look svelte, beautiful, pretty, slim, health, fixed. Bingo bongo. And you might even conceive a child like we did. Weren't expecting. And I was so confident in what I'm advocating for here is that I was going to shout it from the rooftops before month 3 and before the birth of the child. This child is going to come out perfect. No birth defects, no issues with mum. Don't. I did quietly to a few people. Nothing. This is textbook. This is beautiful and textbook. Yes, my child doesn't really sleep much during the day, but when you average 8 hours asleep at night as a even into 2-month-old, and textbook. Okay, so on that front, with the diet, you can be intermittent fasting, keto, or vegan, or carnivore, or ancestral, what other thing, a pescatarian, nut, frugal. Yes, you can be all that, but you need the 90 declared essential micronutrients, those micronutrients complex. Don't worry about the macros. That'll come. It's the micronutrients we need to fixate on. Some of the gym bros and the gym gals and the bikini diet people and the bulk up and get lean type bros out there. Lean chicken, broccoli equals bingo bongo. Yes, we know that eating lean proteins and a bit of broccoli gets you jacked. We even know that with mice. But you're starving. You're absolutely starving, and variation of that, you're still going to be starving, and you'll fall off the wagon. And I've seen just recently when a bodybuilder gets 6 um, donuts, goes after a competition, and he cries. Look up a video, a native bushman or natives eating cheesecake for the first time. Yeah, and we take cheesecake as this. It's just past the salt. The idea of crunch and smooth and sweet in one sensation is just whoa. That's what makes us go back, and then we get fat, and then we get put our glasses down, give up. We blame it on mum, dad. We blame it on lifestyle. We blame ourselves, our genes, our toxins, the food companies, micronutrients. Okay, so there's the indicator. If you're 50 kilos, $180-ish per month. But guess what? You'll be eating less. You'll be spending less. So, you probably won't spend $180 less on food, but at least 50. So that's how that works. There are alternatives to longevity, but it's easy formula. They understand what's going on. The others partially understand what's going on. They don't even advocate for fish oils and extra vitamin D3 and calcium, potassium, all that sort of stuff. They just fixate on the main go-tos, and they up the ante. And there's longevity. No, it's a one-stop shop. What needs to be done? How do we know this? It was a miracle, just like the miracle that I stumbled in, but the whole world got into a miracle where John Wallach, the founder of longevity, this is the part where, oh, how do you know all this sort of, yeah, so you got what to do. How about, before I go into some of the other nitty-gritties which other people would like to know, well, different types of people would like to know, is that macros, we've got ideas for each 45 kilograms ish, 1200, 1600 calories a day. It's not as if I'm 90, therefore I can eat 2400 or 3000 calories a day. It's not quite like that. I'm probably getting 18, 1900 calories per day. So that's why I can keep the svelte self. I can probably have a little bit more and still keep the svelteness that I have got going on at the moment. It's not totally calories in, calories out, because if you're a calorie counter and an exerciser, you could effectively be 200% inaccurate, totally out in your estimation, your calculation, and the scales aren't showing what you would like to see because you might be 45%, 120% wrong. Yes, even male, there's been studies done on this. Male PTs, personal trainers, are the least incorrect, and they're 10% out, not good out, but bad out. They underestimate the calories they're taking in. A lady, also trying to count properly, has been 100% out. Yes, she may think she's taking in 1,000 calories. She took on 2,000 calories. Double those calculations with calories burnt in exercise. So that's why I say effectively you could be out by 200%. Bloody hell, that's a lot. So, yes, in a way, it is about calories in and out. But if you eliminate your the satiation, satiety issues, where certain micronutrient deficiencies get you to grab a packet of chips or well done bacon, or guess what, even smoking, drinking, taking drugs could be part of that complex. Why am I saying could? I strongly believe it is part of that complex. Eating is the same as smoking, drinking, drugs. If you do all those, you're micronutrient deficient. To the hilt. To the hilt. Fix our micronutrients. Make sure we digest it, absorb it, get dependable daily supply. That's the golden triple chassis formula. The macros will sort themselves out. My numbers, my macros, 50% of my calories. Probably 45% now. Let's just say 50. 50% of my calories are fat. 35 to 40% protein, and the rest 10 to 15% in carbs. I have some rice during the day, and from time to time a bit of corn. They're my go-to. 5 eggs a day, yogurt, cheese, cream, butter. That's my go-to. So that's my that's why I call it the keto 44. So that 44 part is eliminating the gluten. So I've indicated the gluten with the absorption part. These other 3 also relate to our overall health, which is eliminating oils, all oils in a bottle, including olive oil, extra virgin olive oil as well, burnt animal fat, fried food out, sugars, which includes drastically reducing fruit intake, and nitrates, your processed meats pretty much. That's the nitrates, nitrites complex. the new carcinogen in town. Never mind smoking, sitting, all that sort of thing. It's the nitrates, which is the big carcinogen. So with the oils, that's the whole cholesterol. The oils and sugars together is the cholesterol issue that gives us those scary numbers. Oils, that's what's giving us that the whole heterocyclic trans fats and acrylamides in our circulatory system, which kills us well before our time. Sugars, inflammatory, toxic, all that sort of thing. Yes, even the fruit, once the fruit exits our liver, it's not fructose anymore. Well, it's sugar, it comes out sucrose. Out of the liver, it still comes out sucrose. Okay. And yeah, I've just mentioned the nitrates. So that's the big four to eliminate. And the second four, the 44, is introducing those 4 categories of micronutrients: 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids, and that makes up those 90 declared since 1998 declared essential micronutrients. Doc Wallach personally had a hand in 30,000 autopsies to prove this. It's there. Many people, not everyone, of course, a lot of people are following it, not fully, but they've heard. Dead doctors don't lie. But I only found that 20% of people are compliant. I did a poll. Straight away I asked who's gluten-free. Only 20% were. So that's the important factors, is the gluten-free and getting dependable daily supply, and all the rest adds on top. Like, that's the elephant in the room. Eliminate gluten. Hopefully the other 4 categories of food too. Get dependable daily supply. Now that's the elephant and the tiger in the room, and the fox and the and the mouse in the room, and the fly and all that sort of thing is the digestion, the absorption. Well, absorption is part of the elephant and the tiger. So there it is. I've gone through what I'm doing by faith. Sometimes faith works. There's a lot of PhDs out there, like one comes to mind, Dr. Peter Attia, longevity expert. He was in the desert, how to increase our life expectancy. He got to this oasis. The oasis was micronutrients in the soil, minerals, particularly in the soil. There's something there, but no, I won't include it. And he walked away. The oasis turned into a mirage, and the world got cursed and went begging. And that book is very, very renowned and sought after. He missed it. What a curse on the world. Anyway, and there's this Dr. Gardner chap, like he's done several PhDs on certain things, and even he is throwing his hands in the air. I don't know, showing his age, mind you, and he's just decided vegan. Let's go vegan. Let's see if he gets past 80, because he's not aging too well. Even the NAD guy, I forget, Elysium director. I don't see his head on the telly anymore, or on a screen anymore. He was 73, my last viewing of him, and he wasn't aging too well. So even with NAD, let's compare notes in 30 years, just like I say to all the PhDs. So without delving too much into it, yes, there is quite a bit more. Well, maybe for some people that may be more interested, I did say, please listen to this in its entirety. It feels like it's going to be another 5 minutes. Well, I mentioned it's complicated. Infant mortality rates, making birth rates emergency, all that sort of thing. Even since ancient Egypt times, we went from our staple grain being millet to wheat, and straight away, bingo bongo, we stuffed our absorption Maybe we did live to 900 years like in the Bible. I don't know. I don't know. And then bring in electricity, um, less ash use. Grandma used to get some ash, and that's how she used to get some of the extra minerals, because the 1% that's not carbon in the ash is minerals from the wood, taken from flooding season and crushed rocks, and the water took it to the wherever it goes and all that sort of thing, and you burn it, and we put the ash on our crops, and that was our fertilizer back before the 1930s, and particularly 1930s. But you know, we started using ash less since about 1890. Electricity was invented in 1882. Well, switched on for the first time in 1882, effectively losing our ash practice idea, and add the 3 million dams in the world where they effectively mitigate our seasonal flooding, reducing the amount of minerals that get to our growing crops, our growing farming lands. Because if the minerals don't reach the soil, they don't get into the crops, and they don't get into us and our tissues and our cells, and then we die at 80 instead of 120. We've gone, we may have increased our life expectancy from, say, 45 to 80, but wait, 1 out of 400 used to become a centenarian, 100 years old and plus. Now it's 1 in 10,000. Stats. You can bend stats like light. Yes, yes. So, so effectively, we've mitigated flooding. The minerals aren't getting to the soils, and even if now, if you get a carrot in one bag in the supermarket, one carrot will have, say, 13 minerals, and the next carrot will have 21 minerals from the same farmer, different parts of the field. Yeah, it's not this carrots have this much potassium, this much selenium, and whatever. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. So that's why I say dependable daily supply of the 90 essential micronutrients, and you won't look back. No more cravings. There'll be some memories of cravings that you used to have for, I don't know, bacon, eggs, Thai, cheesecake, whatever. Cookies. What else? There's some. Sorry. But yeah, gone. Once you're satiated with the micronutrients, food becomes more mechanical in giving you calories to survive. Okay? One of the reasons why food will become tastier in exotic tastes in restaurants and yummy yummies in the bakery and the supermarket is because we're just going to get more micronutrient deficient, and more exotic tastes will be sought after. There may be a time when the creaminess, the sweetness, the crunchiness, those taste sensations, there's something else that comes in there, and it might explode, being our new craving thing to satiate our cravings. So food will get tastier because we're suffering from pica. We'll get fatter because we're not hitting at the answer, which is micronutrient deficiency resolution. The more we exercise, the more we'll get fat, because the more you exercise, the more micronutrients you lose through your sweat, equals falling off the wagon, getting back to getting fat. I was one of them. I've stumbled onto this, and I urge you, even by not stumbling, but by faith, try what I'm suggesting here. Reach out for more. That's all I'm doing for now. There's much more if you have answers. Questions. Bye-bye.